Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I've been gone. I my tablet stopped working, so and the battery died and the charger stopped working in general, so I couldn't post anything. I couldn't heart your comments no matter how much I wanted to. Anyways, enough of me rambling. Let's get into this. You and Kokichi grew closer and closer as best friends. Sooner or later, Kokichi moved away. You sad to see him go, but you always kept in contact with him. You was invited to the School of Hope, and you went. Little do you know, it was a huge plot of a killing game. You met Kokichi there, and you were so excited to see him again, even if it was in a killing game. You guys chatted for hours and hours on end, and he showed you Suichi and all the other guys. You became friends with many of them, and you grew close. You spend every waking second of it, and you nickname Kokichi as your little dummy, or your little baby prankster. He had no problem with this, and sooner or later he confessed to liking you before he moved away. And you liked him too, so you accepted it. You and him were hanged out all the time, no matter what time it was or what the weather was. Blech, I can't speak English. What the weather was. It was inseparable. One day, you were having a bad day today, and Kokichi was there to cheer you up. You always had this little pin in your hair. It had gold and diamonds on it. Your family was wealthy, so I was able to afford it for you. This will be important later, trust me. Anyways, one day, Mew asked you to come into her room. He was helping with experiments and everything. She was also having a bad day, and she wasn't in the mood for anything. You kept pestering her. Cause come on, it's fun to mess with people. And she finally had enough. She quickly took a hammer and bashed it over your head. No one was in the room at this point, and once she realized she had done, she tossed the hammer away and ran off. You felt so weak. You couldn't move. Then, it was bleeding very, very slowly. You sooner or later passed away. Everyone was in the dining hall when they got news saying a body has been discovered. Kokichi, excited as always, decided to go check it out. He was actually around for a listener, but she was nowhere to be found. He just shrugged it off. He wasn't into the whole blood and gory thing. Well, he didn't mind horror movies, but he didn't like seeing the real thing. So how could he blame me for not coming? When he came to the room, he stopped. Dead in his tracks when he saw you. He felt like he couldn't move. He felt paralyzed. And he felt his heart shattered into a million pieces. He went silent. Then he started to cry. couldn't bear to see you like this. You was his favorite person. He loved you dearly. Even though many times he wouldn't say it and you would say it, he always said he loved you back. No matter the time. When they heard sobbing and quickly rushed over to where Kokichi was. Then they saw it. You on the floor, bleeding out. Many people knew that you and Kokichi were dating. You had to explain it to them. And only then after they got it. A class trial began. It was obvious that you died from blunt force. And a person tried to hide the evidence, but didn't do so well. The bloody hand was found with a piece of sharp metal and a hair clip, and with some hair stuck in it. The hair clip was broken, guessing the attacker fled and accidentally broke it, or purposely broke it so they wouldn't be recognized. It was broken on repair, so they couldn't piece it. All they know, they had a blonde strand of hair. So, as they explained this to the class, Toko asked to speak. Yes, Toko? I think it's you. And why did you say that, Toko? Can it be Byakuya? Toko shook her head. Young master couldn't have done this. He was with me in his office. Unless he had some magical powers to ran to the room, the laboratory, kill listener from 20 feet and then run and get back here before I could realize he was gone. He couldn't have possibly killed listener. So, only leave one person. She shook her head violently. It wasn't me. I promise. Really? Then explain all the evidence. And plus, the metal piece we found matches the metal pieces of your boot that you're wearing. It couldn't be like a coincidence or something. How do you know someone couldn't just pick up my boots? Because you're wide awake, and we saw you wearing your boots that morning, and nothing was missing until now. See? We have a whole picture of it. Fuck, she said, when she realized she's been caught. Kokichi's face turned dark. You killed her, didn't you? She went silent. You killed her! Why? Suichi had to grab him and put him back down. He was about to tackle Mew. If this wasn't a killing game, I would have strangled you by now, he said. Suichi still holding him back. Well, I guess the killer was finally revealed, Monokuma said. Time for punishment. Mew's punishment was that she had to invent something in a time limit and try to impress the other people. Of course, they were Monokumas, and they rejected every idea. Every time they rejected an idea, they got closer, closer, and closer until she failed. Then, she was crowded by Monokumas, and when everyone left, she was found dead, crushed underneath her own invention that she failed. Kokichi just smiled at this execution, but that smile quickly turned into tears. He went into your room. He barely ever came out. The only time he came out was to get something or use the bathroom. He wouldn't speak to anyone, not even Suichi, to ignore him. He just went silent, like no one was even there. They even tried falling for his pranks and all, but nothing made him happy. Nothing ever worked. They couldn't make him smile the way that you made him did. One day, Kokichi finally had enough. He tried to end his own life. He grabbed a chair and some rope. As he was about to jump off the chair with the rope around his neck, he felt a strange force pushed him over and back onto the floor. What, the purple Fanta? He heard a person chuckle. What the? I'm going insane. No, I don't think you aren't, you said. You appeared right in front of him. Your head was visibly bloody. Listener? But, But what? Aren't you happy to see me? I am, but aren't you dead? Well, can't you see? You spread out your wings. They are beautiful and golden. I saw everything what happened. Kokichi went silent. Kokichi, I don't want you trying that ever again. But, no buts. You're my little dummy. I don't know what I would do without you. Same here, but I want to join you. Well, I can always come back to Earth and always go to heaven when I want. They said I was a good enough person. So, I can return to here whatever time I feel like it. I can go back there. Whatever time I feel like it. So, we can always visit each other, no matter what the time or weather. I'll even care if it's a hurricane. Yes, I would love to see you again, but there's no way of us getting off the island. You shook your head. Oh, yes there is, he said with a smirk. What do you have in mind? I got some of my friends that I made when I died to go ahead and defuse the bomb. A rescue team should be on their way in 3 days. And I'll be the one who personally gets to destroy Monokuma. You won't see him coming. I wouldn't let any of you guys do it because he can kill you. Kokichi let a big smile. You were always the ultimate planner. That's not even remotely funny, Kokichi. You know that's not my ultimate. Oh, come on. You know I make terrible puns when I'm sad. He chuckled again. Anyways, I'll see you on the flip side, alright? Okay. It gave him a kiss before he disappeared. Just made him smile. Sooner or later, he was able to destroy Monokuma and rescue ship came. He introduced you to everyone, and Kaede almost tackled you when she saw you. You and her were best friends before you died. Kaede, I missed you too, but you're gonna strangle me. Right, sorry. Sooner or later, you guys were able to move. And all of you got stable jobs, and you lived with Kokichi still. And your parents were overexcited to see you guys again. And that's the end of this story.